welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Miami at Exchange, an ETF experience where we're meeting with the top thought leaders and innovators in the ETF space. Joining me for this segment, we have Dan Corcoran, co-founder and CEO of Volos Portfolio Solutions, to discuss the options-based ETF space, the fastest growing segment in the US ETF market. And Dan, I would argue, one of the hotter topics at Exchange this year. We're hearing so much about ETF overlays and different ways that issuers are using them in portfolios for sure. So with that said, give us the current environment with options-based ETF solutions.
Yeah, well, I think that it's clear there's been really significant growth with ETFs that hold options, and that's really because I think, one, the end investors have really been able to access the benefits of options through these exchange-traded products without having to go and trade all the options themselves manually and do all of the complicated things that it takes to manage a portfolio of options. These products have now really become proven, and they have a good product market fit within ETFs to make something that's a very complicated process very simple in the form of an ETF to get the income and downside protection benefits. So just seeing that growth from, I think, 3 to 30 billion over the past 5 years roughly. And I think that we're still in the early stages of it, and pretty exciting times.
Why do you think it's gaining so much traction? Is it part of the macro environment where everyone is on a hunt for yield and looking for other ways to derive income?
I think that's a big factor is fixed income. You know, yields are so low, rates rising, and options provide another way to have a lower risk fixed income solution or fixed income replacement. I also think that the downside protection and recent market volatility has really prompted people to look at options more seriously. And also since the pandemic, options trading has really just taken off, especially with the new generation of retail investors and the liquidity in index options such as the NDX Nasdaq 100 options and ETF options themselves. So I just think that it's still really the beginning of what I see as a really over the next decade, a cycle of investors using options really as a core part of their investment process because of those significant benefits.
How is Volos helping the options-based ETF industry to grow?
So we have helped several issuers actually bring products to market, and what we do is we provide benchmarks, indexes for funds to be based off of, some in partnership with Nasdaq, and we really are able to work closely to bring more innovative option strategies to market. So, for example, 2/3 of the exchange-traded funds that hold options now are either covered calls or buffers. And so I think going forward we'll see more product innovation. I think we'll see continued growth really for, in my view, a very substantial period of time. And I think that more and more wealth advisors and investors will be able to access the benefits of options through ETFs.
So the future looks pretty bright.
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
We're in the options business, and I think that now is a good time.
That's kind of a loaded question. Yeah.
No, it was I'm legitimately really positive about the fundamentals of where options are going.
Okay. All right, Dan, we appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks so much, Jill.